Hi guys, Nagaraj here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new for this channel, please do subscribe. Hello everyone. In this video, we will see the difference between the hard assert and soft assert in the TestNG. So TestNG provides a very good functionality like assert class. By using this assert class, we can able to verify the actual result with the expected result. The comparison between the hard assert and soft assert, and why we need when we should go for the soft assert and when we should go for the hard assert, everything we'll cover in this video. Let's get started. So I have created one class, soft assert versus hard assert. Inside, let me create two test cases like with the test annotations, and let me create one more method also, method 2. Let me add some sysout statement for now for our demonstration purpose. This is coming from the method 1, so let me add it from the, because to make sure that this data is coming from the method 1, so I'm adding method 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Let me add same code in method 2 as well. We'll make it as method 2. So I need to, as it is a TestNG class, I need to import testing annotation, TestNG annotations. So okay, now let me run it now just for checking purpose. I have two cases, two methods I have. So it is executing two methods without any conflict, right? So it is got 2 run and 0 failed and 0 skipped. So 2 got pass. So whatever the steps we have involved here, from the first method it executed 4 steps, and second method it got executed 4 steps. Now what I'll do, so usually before that usually we in the, as we mentioned, like assert class we have in the TestNG dot assert. See, these are all the functions in the assert class. See, you can use assert dot equals, echo dot, because as I mentioned, see, if I say that any one of the equal functions, the actual and expected, we are comparing. See what happens if I make this actual, we need to pass actual data. Suppose I need to compare with the two data, so I need to compare with ABC with ABC. Actual is ABC and expected also ABC. In this case, these steps will get passed. Okay, we are comparing with the actual and expected is proper or not, it is equal or not. If it is passed, then only it will move to the, see, otherwise it will throw exception definitely. So if you are comparing with the ABC with the something else, right? See, let me, if I run this program, there is no issue. See, even it is passing everything. See, there is no issue with here because of both test case will get passed, because see, we can see the output here, the 2 test case pass, and so in that 0 got failed. Let me make it fail actually, because equal, let me say XYZ, expected is not matching, right? So it should show failure now. The first test case should fail and second test case should pass. See, now we can see that the one test case got failed because first test case got failed here. You can see the method 2 got passed and first test case got failed. So now we'll come to know. So what is, this is nothing but a hard assert. So now we'll see what is hard assert, difference between the hard assert and the soft assert. If you write these kind of assert, right? This is by default the assert. If you call any method, by default, if you call any method, that will be considered as a hard assert. Suppose let me add it here. Let me, because I'm intentionally I'm failing these test cases, and let me create a soft assert here. For soft assert, we need to create an object of it first. Let me create an object of soft assert. Soft assert is equal to new soft assert. Okay, so I need to import it. It is under TestNG, and yeah. So here, let me add the same assert statement with the soft assert. Okay, so let me add it here. So let me copy this. Let me copy paste it over here. This is not from the assert. I should take from the soft assert. That's the only difference. And let me add one more soft assert also here. Okay, and similarly, intentionally I am failing this one. Okay, so here also I added. Similarly, let me add after step 3 also. So here, after, due to some issue, the step 3 also got failed. Suppose we can assume like that. So here in the test case 1, I have added hard assert, and test case 2, I have added soft assert. Now we need to catch this one. See, let me explain you what's the scenario of the hard assert and soft assert. If any failure in the hard assert, the execution will stop there only, and it won't go to the next step. It won't execute the next step of the same test case, and it will terminate the test cases here itself, and then it will control will move to the next method or next test case. But in case of soft assert, even though but in case of soft assert, even though steps got failed, it will execute the next step. Okay, then it will execute the rest of the steps of the same test case, even though it is failed, and it creates a log of it. All the failures log it will create. So for that we need to catch this log. For that, soft assert, assert all. So here we need to catch all the logs of these failures. If I execute this, now what will happen? The method test case 1 will get failed, because in this step only step 1 and step will get executed. Then it will go to the next step. Here the execution will fail, then the control won't go to this step only. Okay, then it will control immediately it will come to the next test case or next method. Here it will execute these 2 steps, and also it will go to the execution of the soft assert. Even though it is failed, it will go and execute the next steps, and again it will go and execute the another assert. Then even though it is failed, it will go and execute the rest of the steps in the same test case. Okay, so let me run this once, we'll come to know. Okay, see here, let me scroll up. In the first method, 2 test steps got executed. See, 2 steps from the method 1 got executed. After that we made a assert, so control didn't go to the next steps of the step 1. Then immediately it executed step 1 and step 2 of the method 2. Step 1, step 2 of the method 2, even though there is a assertion here. So it is continued execution, like step 3, method 3, step 3 also got executed, and method 4 step also got executed. And these method 2, as we are using a soft assert dot assert all, it is giving me the logs of the rest of the steps as well, why it is got failed. So from this we will come to know that, okay, what's the exact failure in the step 3 and step 4 also. But in case of method 1, even though there is a failure here, it is not going to execute in even step 3, these steps didn't execute only. This is the main difference. And now we should understand like when we should go use the hard assert and in which scenario we should use the soft assert. If there is any dependency, between the steps, then you should go for hard assert, and if there is each steps are independent, then you should go for the soft assert. For example, suppose in the steps 1 we are doing the login functionality. Once the login functionality is done, then only our home page, suppose assume like this is the login functionality, this is the home page validation, then we are navigating to the some other validations and we are comparing the pages. So even though if I use soft assert here, there is no use. Simply we are wasting time by executing the rest. Even though validation is failed here, see, suppose login itself is failed, there is no meaning of going to validate some other pages, right? Home page itself is not displayed, and why to waste the time here? Suppose in the soft assert we should go, as I mentioned, like the soft assert we should go if there is a independent in the each steps. There is no dependency in between the each steps, then you should go for soft assert. So for example, suppose we are filling some form. This is a first form, and the second form, and third form, and fourth form. So each form is independent. It is no dependency. Even though if it is failed here, there is nothing affect step 2, because so in that case what we can do, while execution we'll come to know, okay, even though step 1 there is a failure, then even though step 2 there is a failure, but I want to execute step 3, step 4 also, right? So if there is a pass, there is no issue, everything will get passed, but we need to execute all the steps. In that case we need to go for the soft assert. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit like button, and please share with your friends, those who are looking for the Java concept, and please do subscribe this channel for further useful videos. Thank you.